Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Fold Line. I am back this week with the new sewing pattern releases for January, and I've also popped in some of December's releases because I didn't do one just before Christmas. It's so nice to be back doing this. I've missed it. I feel, yeah, it's been a couple of months. I feel like I wanted to sort of talk about new sewing patterns, so I'm excited to kind of share them with you. December, which is fairly normal, relatively quiet on the release front. January has also been quite quiet, but there have been some really good patterns, so I'm excited to talk you through them. First things first, I'm sorry if you can hear banging, shouting or drilling. Our next door neighbour is getting a roof extension and the builders are quite vocal. They have already been talking about what they're going to be doing this weekend, and I can hear it, so I now know what they're up to, all of them, what they're up to this weekend, so I'm sorry if you can hear any of it. Hopefully not. Right, I am going to get cracking. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 really lovely patterns to talk you through. So first things first, this one got released last week. I think if you haven't made anything yet this year like myself, this could be a really good starting point. So it's the Adrienne Dress from Friday Pattern Company. This comes in sizes 6 to 28. It's available on the online shop. How good is this? I know! Such an amazing sleeve. It's a good one. So in terms of construction, it's also quite simple, which is really lovely. So I will show you the line drawing. The dress is got bust darts, which is great for all of us with slightly larger boobs. It's A-line shape, quite loose fitting, but to be honest, it's all about the sleeve. So the sleeve is actually, from a construction point of view, is quite interesting. So it has got a panel of elastic that goes from here round to the back. So over your shoulder is elasticated. This means that you can add a lot more volume coming up kind of into the sleeve head. It's clever, and also you've then got a lot more volume which you can then take down to make this kind of quite dramatic sleeve. It looks to me, it's hard to tell, I think it's elasticated at the cuff as well. So if it is elasticated at here and at the cuff, this is great for construction because it's so easy. I also think this would look lovely as a top. I just kind of, I'm looking at it on my laptop here, and I was just like going, yeah, if you made that shorter, it would look lovely, like tucked into jeans. I love the fabric. They've made it in a sort of really lovely satin, and it looks beaut. So I think this could be a really nice starting point to 2020 if you haven't got anything under your sewing belt as yet. That's the first one done. Next up, we've got the Victor Trousers from Lenoline Patterns. This comes in sizes 8 to 18. It's available on the online shop. Trousers generally are fairly... I only tend to put trousers on here if I think they've got some cool features that you guys might like, and I thought these ones did. They were quite interesting cut-wise. So you can see there are 2 variations. The overall trouser shape is the same on both. It's slightly peg leg. You can see it's slightly tapered down to the ankle. It's got pleats at the front, so I find that if you have a little bit more of a tummy like myself, I find that quite a flattering shape. It's got a tie around the front, but then it has 2 different types of waistbands. So there's a straight waistband, which is really nice. It's definitely high-waisted, this pattern, so it's right up on the waist, which I personally think is really flattering. It tends to be most people's kind of smallest point. And yeah, so the second version has got this really nice sort of, I'll show you a picture because I'm not going to be able to describe it very well. This really nice kind of sloped hem, I guess, right down to the front. I thought it was a really interesting idea. I haven't really seen any trousers like this, so I thought it was definitely worth a share with you guys. Yeah, it's a great one, so add it to your list. I was thinking it's also quite good if you if you if you work somewhere where you have to wear kind of more grown-up stuff, this could be a really nice one, because it would look lovely if you made it in like a suiting, but it'd also look amazing for casual wear, like in a linen, or even something like a viscose with some drape, it would look nice in. So that's a pair of trousers for you. Next up, we have got the bobby skirt and pinafore from Tilly and the Buttons. This is available on the online shop. It comes in sizes 6 to 24. So you will notice, or you may, but Tilly has expanded her size range, which is fantastic. So I think she used to go up to a 20 and now she's up to a 24. A couple of her, I think she's going back and expanding the size range on some of her older patterns, but going forward there now be a size 24. So I think this is a really, because I first looked at this and I was like, oh, that's quite nice. But the more and more I thought about this pattern, the more and more I think it's fantastic. So if you have got a couple of makes onto your belt, you may have made the Tilly and the Button Clio, which, let's be honest, most of us have made, and you want to sort of up your sewing game a bit. This looks like a relatively simple pattern, but there's a lot of detail in it, and I think it would be a really good way to sort of get really good at top stitching. You're going to get good at doing buttonholes, yeah, it just, there's a bit more in the fit of this, so I think it's a really nice one to sort of move you into more intermediate sewing. So key features of the pattern are, it's this lovely dungaree, it's got a bib at the front, it's got a sewn in waistband, which I think is really nice, it adds more shaping, and then a really simple skirt, slightly A-line shape, and yeah, there's lots of nice details. You can put big patch pockets on the front, there's patch pockets on the back. I think you'd learn a lot making this. I think it's a really nice one. I also love the skirt variation of this. I think it's really sweet and really useful. It's a real kind of wardrobe basic. I think you get a lot of use out of it. Yeah, I think it's a goodie. Yeah, I keep saying I'd like to make these things, but I've got to be realistic. I can't say it about everything. Right, so next up, sorry, I have a cup of tea here. It's really cold today. Is anyone else freezing? I just can't seem, I feel like my bones are cold. Yeah, and tea is essential. Right, next up we have got the Birdie button-up blouse from Blouse and Dress from Pattern Scout. This comes in sizes UK 6 to 28, so it's got a great size range. It also comes with different bust cup sizes, so it comes with a B, C and D bust cup. Yay! I popped this in because I thought this was a really, really fantastic and extremely useful pattern. So I'll show you the different variants. So the two blouses, one is a fairly standard blouse. It's got busts, darts, it's got little patch pockets on the kind of just on the chest. It's all the kind of classic things that you would expect from a shirt. The other variation is the one I think is really beautiful. I've seen a lot of these, you see these a lot on the high street, but I haven't really seen an indie pattern company that has done this. So it's like a granddad style shirt, so it's got that little kind of mandarin collar, and then it's got all these kind of pleats running down the front of the shirt. It almost looks like a men's dress shirt. I think it's really beautiful, and I think it's such a classic shape that you could make this and wear this over and over again. So I thought those were really nice, both variations. The variations are quite different as well. You wouldn't know that it was the same pattern. So once you've got the fit right on the kind of, once you've got the fit right on one bodice, you can then adapt it across to the other one, which is fantastic. The other variation, which I think is really nice, are these dress versions. So both the shirt with the classic collar have it kind of extensions to make them into dresses, little tie kind of round the waist. I think the granddad version, the kind of dress shirt version with the pleats, would be lovely, so nice as a dress. And I also really love the way that she styled them. So I'll show you a picture. I'm just kind of looking now on my laptop. So she styled one of the shirts open over jeans with like a little cami top underneath. And I thought that was a really nice way of making a garment that you have that you can wear it in different ways. So you could wear it as a dress, but you can also wear it open over jeans and it completely changes the look. So that's a goodie. I hope you guys like it. I think it's a really nice pattern. Next up, we've got another pair of trousers. The name is wonderful. They're called the Chandler Trousers from Untitled Thoughts. I'm really hoping that they were named after Chandler Bing. Kind of like the trousers he wore in Friends. Anyway, so these come in sizes UK 6 to 32, so quite a big size range on this one, which is fantastic. I popped these in because I think these are, the other trousers I showed you, the Victor trousers, are probably verging into more intermediate makers. I think if you haven't made trousers before, these could be a really nice option. So they are, from the front, they almost look like flat-fronted, sort of loose-fitting chinos. The cool thing about them that makes them much easier in terms of fitting is that they've got elastic around the back. Now, some people, and myself included, are not huge fans of elasticated waists, but the cool thing about this, because it is flat around the front, you don't get that sort of bunching here. It's really kind of looks quite tailored and flat. Then at the back, it kind of sucks it in, which if you have a larger bottom like myself, this cut is good for us. Yeah, so there's 3 variations, and there's kind of little short variation. I can't see the difference. I think it's just from the looks of the line tray, I think it's just belt tabs with the 3rd variation. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, those could be a really nice, useful pattern. I think there is. Yes. Oh, right. Okay. So the first variant. Sorry, I did read this and then I forgot. Has got like a faux fly, so it looks like it's got a fly, but actually you just pull them on. So yeah, I thought these were quite interesting. Definitely worth having a look at. Up next, we've got. So this is so good. I think you guys will love this one. The Somerset t-shirt from Marvin Patterns. This comes in sizes 8 to 20. So this was released just before Christmas. I saw it and thought, oh, that's really nice. I love it. It honestly has gone mad. You guys have bought so many of them. I can't believe how many we've sold. They are just, yeah. But then I thought about it and I was like, actually, it's such a nice shape. I love that sort of, so, sorry, I'm gonna get in. So the pattern is jersey. It's got a boat neck, which I love. That's my favourite sort of cut. It's got these amazing sleeves, which everyone has gone nuts for. So it's got this kind of big, deep cuff, and then you've got some sort of, and then it's gathered into the cuff. So you kind of get that bell shape. But the nice thing about it is that you basically, I love how I keep saying this, you're basically not going to get it into your food. It's all going to, it's not going to get in the way of what you're doing during the day. You can wear this kind of as an everyday top. I've seen some amazing ones made, especially a couple of people just before Christmas had made them in a sort of glittery jersey and wore them at like Christmas parties. But I just think it's a really versatile pattern. So there are different sleeve variations. So if you don't like the kind of that dramatic sleeve, there are straighter cuts. And there's also a version that has, you can see the first one I showed you had a really, really deep cuff. There's a version with a much kind of narrower cuff, but you still get the sort of bell shape. But yeah, I just think it's one of those ones that's really tickled people and kind of, it's a basic, but it's a really nice basic. It won't take you that long to make. I think it's really elegant. It's kind of elevated a basic top by just adding a couple of extra nice details. So yeah, I think loads of people, you guys have gone nuts for it. So I can sort of see why. Yeah, it's a good one. Right. Next up, we've got a pattern that I don't know how to say the name. It is from Marilla Walker and it's called the Belen Night dress. This, I think, might be my favourite release of the last month, and I've got plans to make this. I love it. So if you haven't come across Marilla Walker before, you probably have. but she's UK based pattern designer. I think her patterns are the shizzle. They are so well cut. They fit my body type, which is half the reason that I love them, but she's really clever. She's got really nice details. Everything that she makes looks quite understated, but there's some kind of beautiful little detail hidden away. She's really clever lady. So this dress, I should say it's getting like carried away. So it's available in sizes. It's got a great size range, this one. Hang on, I've lost it. Okay, it comes in UK 6 to UK 32. There's 2 different size bandings for this. So there's 6 to 22 with a B cup, and then there's 16 to 32 with a D cup. So it's got really nice, and these are approximate sizes because she's got her own kind of size range. But yeah, great for us all, really. We like to have bust cups included in this. So 2 different types of 2 variations for this dress. The first one with these beautiful statement sleeves. It's got a panel cut down the front. It's got ties which are caught into the front panel. I love the skirt shape. It's slightly tuliped and it's got this interesting seam running through the middle. It's just really clever. I just go and have a look on Instagram. Use the hashtag Belen might dress and have a look at what people have made, because it looks great on everyone. The second variation has, instead of the kind of bell sleeve, it's got a sort of fluted, pleated sleeve, which I think will be perfect for summer. And it also has buttons down the front, which I think is really cute. And I like also that the buttons don't go all the way down to the bottom of the dress. They stop at that seam line halfway down the skirt. It's just interesting. Like, I've never seen a dress like this. She's just great. I just love it. This, yeah, definitely my favourite of the last couple of months. It's just really interesting, and also I like seeing it worn on different kind of normal people. You kind of know that it's going to look nice, because if it looks nice on other normal people, it'll look nice on you too. So yeah. Last but definitely not least, we have got the Donna blouse and dress from Cami Made. This comes in sizes UK 6 to 20. It's available on the online shop. I thought this was really interesting. This also was released just before Christmas. It's a really sweet kind of dress with kind of interesting details. So let's get going. The dress has got these ties that come up at the top of the neckline and at your waist. It also has little ties on the cuff of the top. The interesting thing I think about it is it's got gathering into the waistband, which I think into the neckband, so you don't need bust darts. It's just quite cool. I just hadn't seen anything like it. I have to say, out of the 2, I think I probably prefer the top version of this, so I'll show that one as well, because I think it looks lovely tucked into jeans. Again, it's like a simple but interesting shape. I think you could wear and get a lot of wear out of this, and yeah, I just think it's really interesting. I was sort of looking at the line drawing, trying to work out the construction of it, so I'm assuming that the underneath has like an overlap so that you're not sort of flashing bits flashing as you walk around. But yeah, I thought this was quite cool, and I think there's there's a lot of stuff in the shops at the moment with kind of high necklines, so this would be quite kind of on trend. So I'm going to finish, leave you to your weekend. I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, make sure you go and check out the blog post because you can see everything there. And I will be back next month or next week or soon with another video. Bye!